flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. Magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. Give him 55 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And the ball is knocked out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage...
And a loose football! And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. On the catch, it's Crowder. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? To throw again on second down. Prescott. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know something, big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. On first down, Bell. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down, it's Bell. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 6-0 our score after one. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a second down coming up. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Darnold, a screen to Bell. Got some real estate inside the 30. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. The call is to go for one and kick the extra. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Forced out to his left. He can. Oh, Prescott stripped. He's got a first down and more inside the 30.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his first career NFL touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Shoves him aside. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Bell stopped up behind the line as he's going to wind up losing a couple here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Randy Gregory just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
You better talk to your boy. Have him protect you.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jalen Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Prescott now from the 50. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Prescott completes it to Jason Witten. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case,
get that lead back. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Brandon Copeland leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Prescott toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, kill.
Prescott on 3rd and goal. He may try and run for this. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Mike, 55.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold.
Anytime you call an inside.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Third down.
Let go. Check. Crouch.
Prescott from the gun on third. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. A first down throw for Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Zeke with a shake and bake. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. Here's Prescott. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. Could have been up 1 with a point after, but they go for 2. It worked.
It almost seems like they're trying to set an identity, doesn't it? We're going to be one of those teams that every time we get a chance to put extra points on the board, we will. Because really it's minimal in difference, right? Whether you're up 1 or 2, the field goal can still get you.
And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now Bell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Jalen Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be
under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Now Cobb to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
17 yards on the play. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Looking for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Cooper was the intended target. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return comes Cobb. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. And the Rams have now taken the lead late in that ball game. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10. Again from the 41. Elliott. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
They'll run with Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cowboys, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Leave the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Show don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Leave the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Honey, I dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I